Hey guys, Paul Inventor 3 here. Here's a schematic of my setup that I have going on right now. Let's see. Except I took this capacitor out. This diode is still there. This is just a straight connection across here. No capacitor, and these 1,500 LEDs are actually over here. I have 10 jumbos, 10mm LEDs, and then the 1,500 off of here. Now let me show you that. Now many times I will have 2 and sometimes even more resonant frequencies. Right now we're at 12 volts, 780 kilohertz. Now here are my LEDs right now. They're not that bright. Now let's come over here. There's the 10 jumbo LEDs that all these other LEDs are connected off of. And this is the voltage across 10 LEDs. Say 24 volts. So that would be 2.4 volts across each LED. Now, let me show you this. Wait. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. Okay. I don't know about this camera and the adjustments on here, but I'll tell you this, they're very bright right now. Maybe I gotta adjust my camera more. There we go. I'm adjusting the brightness or something on there. Well, yeah, they're very bright right now. Now, these are they're like blinding. You can see now I've got 25 volts, so 2.5 volts. That's pretty bright. 2.5 volts across each one LED. So now we're at 2.3 megahertz. Much more energy here. It's not always the higher resonant frequency that has the most energy. I would expect that if I were looking at this with a scope, one frequency would probably have sharper spikes at the corners, or that match up, or in phase with, or whatever you want to call it. I can visualize it in my head. There's no reason for me to put a scope on there. And I'll say it again, scopes are very difficult with my system. You put an oscilloscope in your system, think about the amount of components and everything that are in an oscilloscope. And you got to remember, each one of those components has a voltage drop and a resistances. So you put a scope in here, it takes hours of tuning everything with the scope in there. I don't like it. I might try to hang a scope probe over certain areas of the circuit, and I think that would be more beneficial. So alright guys, just wanted to show you that. I think these are brighter than I've had them yet so far. 2.5 volts across each one. I'm going to see if I can get it up even higher. I could absolutely add another 500 on here for sure. So, one more thing. If anybody I would love for somebody out there to help me and calculate what the current is through here. I know it gets more complicated when you got LEDs in series and in parallel. And anyhow, yeah, 10 LEDs in series, and these LEDs plus the other 10 over there, that would be 160 times in parallel. So yeah, if somebody could calculate the current on there and let me know, I would greatly appreciate it, and I would even pin your comment and put it in the description. Okay, I'm just going to leave my camera setting on auto. The point is, you saw across the voltmeter I have 2.5 volts across each LED, which is bright. Connect an LED up to your power supply unit and see what it looks like at 2.5 volts. Yeah, the other thing I want to talk about real quick is, and this is kind of funny and ironic, but I have not been able to yet get a spark gap going. Well, like I said, ironic. I mean, I have over 1,500 spark gaps going, which I'm wondering how big those gaps are. That's another thing. If anybody wants to calculate that for me, what is the gap distance in a 5mm white LED? And is it the same gap distance in a 3mm or a 10mm, just that it's got more plastic? I think they just give you the frequency, and then maybe I'd have to calculate the wavelength. I'm not sure. I don't know why they just don't tell you in the specs what the distance is. But yeah, I've tried different spark gaps, a needle gap, homemade, even this real nice spark gap tube here. And that's I bought these a long time ago. Used in WW2, 10 gigahertz mobile radar filled with water vapor, blue glow. So yeah, alright, just wanted to, here's another one. Just wanted to mention that. Alright, let me show you this, guys. Here's the bulbs I mainly use. Up and Up brand from Target. They light up fairly easy. Some bulbs won't light up at all. Some will light up with 10 volts across it. Some will light up with 70, or not light up, but still have 75 volts across them. You know, these work very well. Let me show you this right now. Okay, as you can see, I still have 12 volts applied. I removed the 1,500 LEDs off of these. I inserted the capacitor, so now it's just like the schematic I showed you, except there's no 1,500 LEDs. You can see I got 112.7 volts. There's the bulb over there. Now let's see what happens. I'm going to change it from 12 volts and let's go up to 20 volts. There's 20 volts. Actually, the bulb is nice and bright right now. Now it's got 115 volts across it. Now let me show you this other bulb. Okay, this is a Lightway bulb, the brand. I forget what store they come from. Let me show you what happens when I do that one. Alright, let's put this back up to 20 volts. I think I forgot to mention, but this the voltmeter is attached across the capacitor, and that bulb is across the capacitor. As you can see, the bulb is not lit, and there's only 53.8 volts across it. Now, let me show you this. Now, those Up and Up brand, the one that I mainly use, they are not easy to remove the circuitry inside because it's built right onto the panel. But the Lightway brand that I cannot get lit up, oops, hang on, they come out very easy. Come on, focus. They just have two little clips there that the whole circuit, yep, and just pushes right up inside there. You spread those clips apart and the whole circuit just drops out. So if you want to just use the panels, I would recommend this brand. But if you want a bulb that lights up really easy, use the Up and Up. Okay, Lightway, we had what, 50 something volts, cannot get the bulb lit. Now here's one, the panel that I took out of the bulb. Now watch. Okay, there we go. Now that's just the panel from that same bulb that would not light up a minute ago, even with 20 volts applied. And it only had like 50 volts across it. You can see now I got close to 75 volts. The LED's very bright. And I'm only applying 12 volts now. Let's see if I can bring this up to 20 volts. There's 20. 75.5. Let's go back down to 12. Yeah. It just kind of makes you wonder, guys, why would a large corporation spend more money to put in additional circuitry so that your bulb would require more energy and power than that is necessary? I don't know. Got me scratching my head. Alright, we're around the back side now of this light here. I just put a plastic bulb that I sawed off another light. The panel is in there, see that? Without any circuitry now. Let's go back around the front and take a look at this. Not too bad. And that's at 12 volts. I'm going to turn it up to 20 right now. There's 20. pretty nice. And my lights are on inside here right now. Alright, let me show you this real quick. There's 2 panels now back there, and they are in series with each other. As you can see, now we have 137 volts on our meter. Now those panels are not that bright right now at all. Now I still only have 12 volts applied right now. Now I'm going to start inching that up. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now there's 150 volts, and they're nice and bright. Okay, it's a little later right now. It's about 6 o'clock. It's dark outside now. I have 20 volts applied. So there's 3 panels in the background that we removed from the bulbs and just put the cover back on the bulbs. And that last one is just a panel by itself without the cover on it. Now they're all in parallel with each other right now. I only have 75 volts across them right now. These are my 10 LEDs, of course. They're blinding right now, whether I have the lights on or not. But yeah, I feel pretty confident. I have to go to the store and get some more of these type bulbs, Lightway. I have to look online, see what store sells that brand, because they're the easiest ones. It's very, very easy. Just bend a couple clips and it just pops right out. Easiest one to get the panel out of. Yeah, I should be able to get over, 350 volts, so I should be able to light 4 of these theoretically in series with each other. And then whether or not I'll be able to add more in parallel, we'll see. But just using these panels instead of the full bulbs, maybe I'll be able to get beyond 4 bulbs lit. Very soon here I'm going to be finally going to try to boost up the voltage. Well, obviously I'm getting a boost in voltage somehow. If I could charge a capacitor to over 350 volts. But yeah, it's by some unconventional means that I've never seen before. But anyhow, guys, Happy New Year. We'll see you again real soon.